The days went quickly, and eventually, the day before he went, Ino was supposed to be home today. Naruto was bored and didn't want to take the chance of going out again. One, because he probably was the lucky the first time, and two, because he already in danger since he left once, and leaving twice might ensure his death, or at least a death of his ear, at the hands of Ino. If she happened to find out, Haru was awake right now to him on the couch doing the normal babysitting stick, staring at the white eye and curious at everything that caught his eye, with tiny fist in his mouth. It was the past 12 in the day, so Ina should be arriving soon. So knows she may be in the village already and here any minute. The feeling he had gone, or at least he thinks so. He didn't relay feelings anything, so that must mean click. Naruto, I'm back. He didn't make a move yet, but he could tell she was exhausted just by hearing her voice when she entered the living room. Even though her obvious figure, she smiled brightly and genuinely at them. She nearly near them, but didn't pick up Haru, only bent them to greet them, with the baby cooing. Hey there, I'm back. I hope you. She then turned to Naruto with a soft smile. Hope you guys didn't have too much fun without me. He snarked, yeah, lots of fun. You should have take a bath. You stink. Whatever. All she said was rolling her eyes and stack off in her direction of the bathroom. She could really argue when she was covering in her dirt, sweat, or maybe just bit of blood. Ino, come out of the shower a few minutes later, dressed in her normal purple tank top and short pajama pants. Her hair was down and sight wet on her top part. Her top and darker blue was the water from her hair, slightly soaked. Naruto was still where she left him, on the couch next to Haru. Walking toward the couch, Ino picked up Haru, taking his place, and sitting next to Naruto, cuddling the baby in her arms. Did you miss me? She cooed and nuzzled her nose to the small child. Naruto watched silently as she talked to the kid in the tiniest voice since the first time they met Haru. He started seeing different soft sides of the Yamanaka that he's never really seen, even in all of the years knowing. He sure is not like she was suddenly like this. It's just that he's never around to see it, but he's glad he was now. Ino and Haru both gave him such a warm feeling. Naruto, he didn't realize as he was staring, a faint smile as his lips before Ino called him out. Yeah? Are you alright? Your face is all red. No. He gasped. It's all gotten redder. Do you have a fever or something? She frowned, putting a hand on his forehead. The distance between them feeling a little too close to the male. Shit. No, I'm fine. I'm probably just a little hot in here. Yeah, maybe I'll go for a walk or something, he said, holding off to the couch. Okay, I guess. You must have been a bit bored a couple of in here the whole time, Ino said, turning her attention back to Haru. Take your time. Closing the door behind him, Naruto sighed, leaning against the frame. The feeling wasn't different. Definitely not gone. In fact, it was probably worse since he now had the real deal in front of him. He didn't normally drink, but damn, did he needed a drink right now. So he decided going out drink on your own cause you're stressed and confused about your own feelings, wasn't it? His style. Stuffing his face with Ichiraku ramen was more his place. He hadn't eaten in a while anyway. He was on his own third bowl when a body plopped down right next to him. Naruto, hey, I haven't seen you in a second. What you been up to? Kiba said. Hey, good to see ya. I haven't been doing much recently. I've just been around in nursery or something. A faint man chuckled. The stadium making the orange ninja stuffle. Did he know? What do you mean by that? The blonde chuckled nervously. Kiba laughed as he sniffed the air. It's just you kind of smell like a baby. Oh, I've just been around the school stuff lately. You know, the Hokage stuff. He was lying through the teeth, buying whatever he was. Just glad he took a bath a while before Ino show up, or else he would have probably melted like he was smoother in her scent since it was her apartment. Oh, shaking hands and kissing babies already, I see, huh? Kiba joking around, ordering his own ramen. Naruto relaxed a while after again thinking about nothing in particular with Kiba until he felt a full. It was around 9 when he felt a ramen stain at 9:40 when he detected he's roamed around his food and decided to head back to Ino. He walked slowly, just lazily, observing the people around him, but his eyes landed on two people in particular. It was a couple. They looked around, middle age, most likely married hands, interlocked in each other while the man's arms held the small child, probably 2 years old. Don't worry, honey. I've already prepared dinner at the place. It's clean. You can rest up when you get home. I'll put the little one to sleep, he said, smiling. Found at his wife, he's amused. You're too good to me, honey, because I love you and you deserve the world. Thank you. The only reason Naruto realized he's been standing in the middle of the street staring was only after almost being run over by two kids gathering him and walking on his place unconditionally quickly. Naruto couldn't help but to think he kind of felt horrible. Sure, he wasn't married or even dating, but living in an arrangement they have no kind of called, or at least the same level of community and treatment. He can't believe he just left Ino, who was probably dirt tired, to look after Haru. Haru didn't do much, and sure, she looked nothing but happy to see him, even though her exhaustion sturdier, but he feels a little he shouldn't have done that. He should be there to take care of Haru while such a strong Kunoichi gets the rest she deserved, not knowing from her because he couldn't get past by the little boy with the crushed face. And damn it, he didn't even prepare anything for her to eat. He can't cook, but he could have gotten something from the fancy, healthy restaurant because God knows she wasn't gonna accept instant ramen. Entering the apartment, it was quiet. The living room was empty, so he made his way to the bedroom, and there she was not cold. her hair falling messy around her face as she lay alongside with Haru, who was still awake next to her hand, placing gently over her stomach, even asleep. He hesitated, but as he gathered himself, he dipped down and brushed the stand off her hair and her face. Didn't even react, probably that tired. I'll do better, Naruto whispered to Ino to himself before picking up Haru and moving to the living room. Ino flustered her eyes open in the soft bit of light entering the room, enough for her eyes to handle. Turning her side, she saw Haru fast asleep. Slight movement, triggering around snores in her body. Right mission. Of course, she was used to this mostly every day. She was a ninja, of course, but sometimes it was plain annoying, and was one of the worst parts being a ninja. Well, except like actually getting brutally injured or dying, but whatever it was, still annoying. But she can live with it, sighed, and sat up, brushing her blonde lock behind her and stretched, but paused after hearing her stomach rumble. She she didn't ate nothing yesterday while still out on a mission. Then came home and slept. The ruckus she got up and making something to eat, but as if she could, the smell of bacon filled with the air, and sizzle hit her ears. Soon as she stepped out of the room, the smell got even pungent. As she entered the living room, upon the near the kitchen, aura filled with the smell of smoke and low cursed, fainting her face. Her face of smoke. She peeked into the kitchen, seeing none other than Naruto back. He lived her now, so she gotten used to seeing even a sleepy state in the kitchen on the morning, mostly making tea, coffee, beverage, sandwich, or constantly trying to secretly make a making ramen, which scalded him. The point was he didn't really change up his diet, much less cook. She didn't even notice if he could cook, though right now it looks like smoke filling the room, steamy charcoal bacon that probably stuck in the pan. She said he didn't know how to cook, but Naruto, the male, slightly jumped as wrapped around to see Ino in the doorway, his face flustered and covering multiple emotions at once. Ino, good morning. I was, I, Ino frowned at the smoke pan, but didn't seem upset. If you were hungry, you know there's a porridge in the pantry, she said, walking over to it and fetched a bag of oats, placed it in front of him. She then, wordless to Naruto, to back as she took over the stove, removing her chair bacon place in a new piece in it. And I know you have a trash of ramen somewhere. She chuckled herself. Naruto said nothing. He sleepy bit his lip. Shame seeing his stomach rumble. His eyes flickered between his bag and the oats, and the blonde in front of him. Ina wasn't mad. She was completely clueless, so he could get away with this one. But actually, he began to gaze down to the floor. I wasn't making breakfast for myself. I was making it for you. Ina paused, slowly turning to the taller. For me? Why? I I uh I just wanted to help out more. You know, you were so tired yesterday, probably hungry, yet you still immediately took care of Haru. I'm useless around here, and I just wanted to do more. He said, still not being able to look at her. So he missed the small smile that he played